Excuse me. I've recently been diagnosed with chronic gear acquisition syndrome. Chronic gear acquisition syndrome is defined as the persistent urge to buy new things because you think it's going to inspire you in some way. My symptoms began when I was but a boy, when iPhones were upgradable like every year and you would see how different they were every year. Back in the day, if you were upgrading from an iPhone like 4S to an iPhone 5, that was a big deal. If you were upgrading from an Intel Mac to another slightly less shitty Intel Mac, that was a big deal. Tech was moving so fast back in the 2010s that I didn't notice my gear acquisition syndrome developing. From here on out, I'm gonna call it GAS because it's the acronym for Gear Acquisition Syndrome. But now, as an adult, GAS has cemented itself in my life. I'm trying to break away from it. My first tech acquisition as part of GAS was the iPod. So I was seeing all of these videos back in the day about how awesome the iPod is and how everyone was quitting Spotify and this was changing their lives for the better, getting away from the algorithms listening to music as it was meant to be played. So I went through my old drawers. I found an old iPod that we hadn't touched in years. I spent too much money on music on iTunes, got all my playlists set up, and I used it for like a week. This iPod has flown across the country with me 3 times now, and I still never use it because you know why? Streaming is convenient. And so this continues to sit in a drawer. Lesson learned, right? Wrong. Another symptom I have is the tendency to buy the newest video game consoles more than one time. What happens is I buy the console, I play it for like a month, I don't use it for many months, I then sell the console thinking I will never play it again because I'm not really into gaming, and then a month later I want to buy the console again. And also how I ended up with this. These fucking trends, I swear to God. I went into a nearby retro game store and I saw an old 3DS game that I loved to play as a kid. And I thought to myself, wow, wouldn't it be nice to go back and play that game again? Now, I maintain that this is where the thought percolated in my head about getting a 3DS. However, it also happened to be trending at the time. So was it me? Probably not. It was probably my algorithm telling me to buy. That's what I did. I watched a shit ton of YouTube videos on it. I watched a shit ton of TikToks on it. I convinced myself that this would be life-changing, that it would be a portable gaming system that I could take anywhere, and I had all these trips coming up and I was gonna use it all the time. And look at this cute case. I got this awesome case from France and I found a really good listing on eBay, so it was like I basically like had to buy it. Okay, so sue me. I bought this. I bought like 5 games for it. I played this for a week and it has not been touched since. I was gonna make a YouTube video where I played 3DS games for 30 days straight. I made it 2 days into the challenge and then life got busy, I got bored, moved on. So as you can see, GAS is kind of an issue in my life. But I think my most chronic category is camera gear, YouTube equipment, photography things. For example, with photography, I started shooting on film cameras like many years ago now. Felt like each photo was a memory. I really loved the look of film. And I thought I was gonna be shooting film for my whole life. You could get a camera under like $50. The film was pretty cheap at the time. It was great. But then multiple cameras broke on me in succession. And I was so terrified that I was gonna lose these film images. I thought for sure it would be destroyed. Luckily, they were not. But the stress of losing these photos was too much for me. So I set out on how could I get a digital camera that could reproduce the look of film, except have all the conveniences of digital. This is how. A Fuji X100V. Now don't get me wrong, I started with the Fuji X100T and then decided, oh no, but the X100V has all these other things that I have to have and I must have. So I sold that and then I got this for way too much money. This camera is $1,400 and it's all to reproduce the look of a $50 film camera. However, I do love this camera. It is, as I've always said, my end game camera. I never feel the need to upgrade. Shots out of this look great straight out of the camera. No editing necessary. It's perfect. I love this. So even though maybe it was a little gassy, I don't regret it. It was a lot of money, but I've used it a lot. For YouTube gear, that's a whole different story. I used to shoot YouTube videos with my iPhone, then thought, oh, I need like a professional setup. So I got the Panasonic Lumix G7, which was 4K, professional micro four thirds camera. However, for video, the autofocus on that sensor is so bad. It's what's called contrast-based autofocus. So bad. Never get a camera that has contrast-based autofocus. I decided at that point to upgrade to a Sony camera, Sony ZV-E10, which shoots 4K and has excellent autofocus. Perfect. It's everything I need. Except after a little while that became super bulky. So I decided sell the bulk camera, get a travel camera that is not bulky, easier to go out in public with. It's something that's pretty inconspicuous. And I got the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is what I'm shooting on right now. Voila, there it is. So tiny, so discreet. That's you. And it's been great. I've loved it. It looks pretty good. It's not like a professional camera, but it looks pretty good. So that's the setup. Luckily, with my YouTube and my camera gear, I feel like I'm endgame. I don't need to upgrade this anymore. I will admit, I've had a lot of gassy symptoms over the past like 6 months, 1 wanting to upgrade everything in my kit. And every time I do, I'm so proud of myself because I say, no, harness that energy into making something creative. Do not harness it into going down spirals to buy more things. You don't need more things, make a video. And that's why there's been a lot of videos this year. It's been to prevent me from buying more camera gear. On another note, my boyfriend just got me an early Christmas gift, so if you wouldn't mind, let's open it. Here it is. I have no idea what this is. Let's see. What is this? Oh my god. A lens? But as you can see, this camera will not fit said lens. Yeah, so about that. You know, a couple weeks ago, I started thinking to myself, this Fuji camera, what if I had like an all-in-one camera that could do video and photos? And then I wouldn't have to carry around two things. I could just carry around one thing. And if it was a big camera, like it would have excellent quality while also being able to take excellent photos. I did not make it this time. Here it is, my XS20. An excellent video and photo camera. Shoots 6.2K open gate. Don't worry, you'll see what that is in a moment, but 6K footage. So I guess I'll see you on the other side. Hello, here you are on the big camera. It's very exciting. I can see you off to the side right here. And this is the zoom. Oh, look at that. It goes way back. We just moved in, so not a lot on the walls right now. Oh, I hope it looks good. It was a lot of money, so I hope it looks good. This is the 6.2K format, open gate, meaning it's 3:2 aspect ratio instead of the normal 16:9 that you're used to seeing. I prefer this aspect ratio. A lot of my old videos were shot in this aspect ratio. It feels more personal to me. It's more like the same aspect ratio as a photograph. Being able to shoot in open gate is awesome. My current camera cannot do that. So, big upgrade. I'm still trying to figure it all out over the coming weeks. Hopefully things will improve and it will look so awesome. So, thanks for sticking around.